Hey there, and welcome back to Trainwreck, an educational monster train series where you watch me struggle at around 200 Pact Shards. And struggle we will. So, back at it again. I really don't have much to report. I need to do a recording session. And I realize that has very little to do with this particular episode, but I need to do a wider session so that I can get through the episodes for this week. Otherwise, I'm going to be waking up at 7 a.m. or something in order to record every run. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do worse for that because it's funny. I used to go to sleep super late and record at night. I felt really competent in Monster Train after at the end of the evening, right? I was my focus was honed. I knew what I was doing. I made all decisions pretty well. As soon as you wake up in the morning and attempt to play Monster Train, completely different. I am utterly an imbecile when it comes to decision making. I look at a decision and go, yeah, that card seems fine, even though I'm missing some super keen, important, relevant thing that I should pick another card for or something. And you all are very quick to point out those mistakes when I make them. And I look and I go, man, you know what? You're absolutely right. I shouldn't record when I wake up because I just miss those things. So here I am. I've given myself a little bit of time to wake up, and I'm hopefully going to be doing a session. Love to see it. So let's go ahead and get this one going. We are playing Trainwreck, which means we're currently on a 6-win streak. We had an overstacked enemy floor, question mark. It was Throwaway Strangler Windleton. Very odd, right? I was throwing him away on a lower floor, just essentially keeping him alive well enough for a multi-strike incant armor 2 quick nameless siren floor upstairs to get incanted into relevancy, which was interesting. I think we super lose this run if I don't have all of these excellent glimmers that I had. There was a plus 60 glimmer in that run because he was locking down very scary floors. And of course, the Nameless Irons don't sweep, which means that they were struggling to kill those floors. So when it was getting time for them to walk up, I was getting walked all over. Very scary. We did lock it up a bit, of course, like I said, with the glimmers, but there were some other things as well. We had a very odd unhinged power drop cage restoring retreat that I used for offensive dazing on the bosses, and Holiest Shield was in there. We had some pretty cool Hope for Peace interactions in general. It was a neat episode. It's, I think, the only episode I've ever put up that had unhinged power in the thumbnail because it was actually relevant. So, very curious. I don't think I've done that very often at all. So, a good episode. Now we're moving on to Soulguard, a far less exciting champion. I still love this guy. I think he looks the coolest of any champion in my opinion. I just think his aesthetic is great. I love his color scheme, the variety here, the particle effects, just really solid overall. But I think mechanically he is a little polarizing, right? He's good, but if you have a run that doesn't incant well, he's very bad. And I think one of his paths is just absolute garbage. Oof, man, Dire Channel is terrible. So, I don't know. I think he's fallen a little bit in my mechanical rankings lately, but it's still okay because I think Stygian is a fine clan. I just think I don't like it at 200 shards, is what's kind of hurting it the most here. It's a little slow, and don't love that. Yeah, not a big fan. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and press on. So as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm making the push for 2,000 subscribers. It seems exciting. We're a little bit off, but we're not that far off. We're close enough that I look at that number and I go, ooh, we're close. But I don't look at the number and go, we're like 2 days away, right? We're not that close. We're still a bit off. But all right, let's go ahead and get this going. This is correct. It sure is. All right. Heck yeah, let's do it. All right. Hope you're all doing well today. I'm doing just fine. Nothing particularly exciting to report overall. Yeah, nothing particularly exciting to report overall, I think. Yeah, my day is just fine. I woke up maybe 30 minutes ago and here we are playing Monster Train, so rock on. Hope you're all doing well. So we will get in on this. We are Exile Stygian, Exile Umbra, which gives us Plinks. I don't mind Plinks, they're fine, because they do damage, which is good. They take 20 and consumes well, which is good. Makes them pretty relevant. They help in the early game a lot. We're fighting, oh gosh, Pushback Talos. 5 armor in case you were worried about Plinks. That's going to be a terrible combat for us, by the way. We need to plan for it. We also are facing Spell Shield Fell and Sap Seraph. Fine choices. We have Molluscmage, Mind Collapse, and Ice Storm. These are interesting. It's interesting because I see a lot of people give Molluscmage a lot of props. They go, oh yeah, 10 magic power, I love to see it. The truth is, though, in my opinion at least, that space is such a premium commodity that even one space for a Molluscmage is a bad situation to be in. I would rather take a single space relic and then have 3 2-space units that are considerably more valuable. The other problem I have with Molluscmage is that this 10 magic power does not scale whatsoever. So sure, doing 11 damage with Plinks is fine early, but doing 11 damage with Plinks later is pretty bad, right? It's okay at best. It isn't enough for a slot. Third, this guy's not a banner unit, so if you are relying on him because your run is very bizarre, you need to find a way to fish him out, or you need to draw really fast because you won't see him in time. You can't rely on his presence on your run. Lastly, he's weak as hell. His stats are so bad that he just gets run down by basically anything. So, I don't know. He's going to do fine in the early game, but usually he just gets removed from my runs. It's very rare that he does anything meaningful in the late game. These other spells are great. Mind Collapse is a ping, love to see it. Ice Storm, with this kind of a run on Trainwreck, I can make it a plus 30 holdover or something disgusting. Double plus 30s, duplicate it a bunch, I don't know, something crazy like that. It's good. I think it's not as good as other spells because when you add the Divinity in, I hate it when these random enemy unit spells just like slam the Divinity when I needed to kill waves, right? That's the biggest problem, I think. And the number one reason why I don't rely on these very much into the late game, because sure, you might hit a couple times on what you want, but you're probably not going to get the majority of the damage you're expecting here. And that can cause some losses, which I don't like to risk my run to. So, that's enough for that. Let's see what else we have. Temples on 3, 4, 6, and 8. 4 temples is fine. We have the dupe on the magic side on 8. It's okay. Nothing exciting there. Good steel shop on 7. There is a magic shop on 7 too, so some variety. There's an okay steel on 6. Trinket shop that's really good on 6 as well. Interesting. I usually do like fishing if there are good trinket shops like this, especially on Trainwreck. You're looking for high rolls pretty hard, even if you're not fully upgraded. But maybe I am fully upgraded and I can get away with it. Yeah. Okay. I got another good steel shop on 5. There's a dupe on 5 as well, but it's not quite lined up well. Wow, a lot of good steel shops. Look at 4. We have another one with a Stygian banner there. So that's 1 steel, 1 steel. There was a steel shop on every single ring. Is that true? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Wow. That means we're not going to get the extra one on 3. Yeah, of course, it does mean that, but that's okay. It's so many mid-game steel shops. I mean, maybe I'll find value for them, but I'm worried that I actually might find all my upgrades early, and then those are just going to be bad picks. So, we'll see. We do have Magic Shop Stygian banner on 2, Steel Shop Umbra banner on 2. It's pretty unlikely I mix Umbra with Stygian here, simply because what am I going to do? Put Soul Guard behind an Alloyed Construct? It's theoretically possible. I think I've done this on the channel at least once, but you need the space for morsels. You need some solution to it. I think I've done it with like a morsel mate or something, but yeah, it's fine. Worn Grindstone or Forever Flame. I think Forever Flame is a much better pick here, especially since so many of the Umbra units are chonkers. Also, I have 6 units in my starting deck that benefit from this because of Molluscmage. It's much more impactful overall than Worn Grindstone. Titan Channel, let's do it. Cold Channel is existing here, it's fine. The difference, of course, being that Cold Channel is going to be hard to keep alive in this particular clan combo. There's no real synergy besides lifesteal, but it lifesteal, but it doesn't get attacked, so you have to feed it morsels or something. I've done this before in a pinch with, what was it, Shroud Spike, I think, but you really don't want to rely on it. Meanwhile, Titan Channel just gets the job done. I'm going to take the Horde here. Ooh, Mark of an Exile Titan Channel is pretty disgusting. Winged Steel is a draw relic, and then Winged Technology opens up morsel lines. Wow. One of the hardest divine hordes for me to decide on in a while, especially at this stage of the game, because if I'm going morsels at all, I have to pick Winged Technology here. It is just necessary, but I have no idea if I'm going morsels. The only inclination here is that the Steel Shop on 2 has the Umbra banner, right? But I might not go that way. I have Ice Storm. I might go to the right. I might look for a plus 30 holdover on that or something. And I might not see it. Plus, Plinks make that a little more unlikely. It would be very hard to feed a, what is it called? Alloyed Construct on Ring 2 right now. Wow, okay. Mark of an Exile is incredible with Soul Guard. And by incredible, I mean, whoa, good. This guy's stats go out of control. One of the best picks for it, truly. Especially with the Titan Channel that I already have. Meanwhile, Winged Steel lets me do a whole bunch of other stuff. We're talking, I can take Draw, I can take Space, I can take Ember, any of the boss relics I want because I already have 6 card draw, essentially, which is huge. I'll be honest, I actually think it's Mark of an Exile, but I'm gonna ask you all, what do you think you would take here? This is a very tough call. In 100 shards, I think for sure it's Mark of an Exile for me. At 200 shards, I think it's still Mark of an Exile here. The other ones are too prerequisite on other things, right? I think there are some changes to my run. Like if I had Shade Splitter, I almost certainly take Winged Technology here because it's an incredible chump blocker then, and then your starting card is disgustingly good. But with Plank, not so much. I'm going to take the Mark. This powers us up in a big way in the early game. And it just stays relevant. I can take spikes here. All I have to do is put literally anything behind Soul Guard and we get this. Plus we have Planks. I get Soul Guard. Look at that, 68 HP. Good lord. I'm going to Plank downstairs because I do want the morsel. And I also think I need to turn on this guy, so we'll take the foreground power upstairs. We Plank mid-floor. Heck yes. Okay, I need them. Do I play the Train Steward up top? No, I think I want the morsel right here. We do double Train Stewards here on middle. Does 10. I'm going to take the incant up top. I need 2 more incants right now. Okay, how do I get 2 more incants? I can get these. I think I need to play... This is going to be a little odd. You put down the Molluscmage. Yes. We're going to blast him with Ice Storm here, which kills that. I'm going to play the Mind Collapse to kill the thing on middle. And then I activate Soul Guard with a foregone power. Okay, we have done it. I will Plink because it saves some HP. I don't care if he tanks this. I will Plink downstairs. It does something. Sure. We'll feed on middle. Here's a Train Steward. I will incant real quick. Save some HP, and then we foregone power. Downstairs. We should be fine. Soul Guard 1v1's this guy, so I'm not worried about it at all. And yeah, we just do it. Frostbite, it turns out, is good against bosses. Behold, my 21 by 5 Ice Storm. And then I just kill this guy with Mind Collapse. Molluscmage, man. Works out pretty well in the early game. I'm going to take Crystallis. I already have pings in the form of Mind Collapse and Ice Tornado. I do not want more of this. Plus, I would just be discarding them. Crystallis is a good card. Making of a Morsel. Immortal Trade, actually, is ridiculously good with Soul Guard. It's hard for me to skip it. I will take it. Having the one time is good. We got no unit there. I can put Holdover to good use. I think a Stygian unit is significantly better than a Umbra unit here. So we're going to go to the right. Yes. Double stack, 20 consume, -1. Well, you know, it's not an incant unit, but we do get Shark. Titan Sentry is an incredible unit that I am happy to have in this run. I will take the 20 and consume into a plink. Getting these out of the way now is good. And I think I will re-roll. Again, actually, no, I have money here. I take the money, of course. Then I buy the -1. Incredible. So, good at the video game. We'll make Crystallis cost 1. This double stack is not happening here. I don't think I need super Immortal Trade. Reroll it. Hold over on 115. It's pretty good. I'm going to hold over Ice Storm. Right now, this is disgustingly powerful because of Molluscmages. Those will fall off, but I just put a +30 in this or something, and we are cruising. If this ends up with a 10 in Piercing, it's going to be a little bit weaker than I would like, but that's okay. This -1, well, with the 20 consume another plink, of course, and I will -1 the Crystallis, I believe. This is fine at 0. Yeah, that's good. Honestly, good upgrades. We'll move on. Improves the quality of our deck considerably. I think Mark of Invasion is trading for sure, but there are draws where I'm okay, and I will take that risk. It doesn't put Soul Guard at risk, which is important here because of the, what is it, the phased. Soul Guard, behold my power. Yeah, so you can get away with this because you just plink up here, right? And then we stick the Entumber morsel down, tank this, and then we feed it to the Train Steward, and we're good. And I put the Titan Sentry on middle. It takes a lot of damage, but this is okay because it means that we are guaranteed to get the Collector no matter where he is. I blast on middle, of course. I will plink here, it kills everything, which means I can give morsel to Titan Sentry. I think I should big plink downstairs too. Again, it's good call, right? It is just a good call. And a nice thing is, Forever Flame makes basically playing my entire hand out free, fine, no problems. No issues whatsoever. I can incant upstairs a little bit. We need to activate up top, I think. I will put this down middle. Yeah, sure. Cool, we get a Molluscmage, and we can blast this floor a bit. We'll play one on middle. I will plink bottom. Of course it doesn't work, but that's okay. It's fine, because I can Ice Storm here, which pops the back. I could Foregone Power. I did hurt the incant a little, this whole setup a little bit, but I'm not worried about it. You just Immortal Trade up top, and he's immortal, right? We just keep shooting him. Goodbye, Molluscmage friend, but you did a good job. And we get everything here, no problem. Cool, that's good. Energy Siphon? I don't think so. It's a hard incant to play. Flash Freeze, I don't need another ping. I have the Foregone Powers already, and Titan's Gratitude's a pretty bad card, so I'm going to skip it. Space Prism, yes. Space Prism here is good. Pact Morsels, possibly, but I don't have an Umbra unit. Making of a Morsel, again, possibly, but I'm going to take the Space Prism here. That's a really strong intrinsic pickup, which I like. I could... What do I go to the left for? What do I dupe if I see anything? You could dupe Self-Infused Shark right here, which is an option. I mean, that's a fair point. This magic shop is potentially decent, but I'd like to save some of my money for the Ring Force Steel shop. The Self-Infused Shark is pretty high value. This Umbra banner, I'm not imagining is going to do much. The magic shop is fine, but I've only got the one holdover hit, so really, do I need another one? The answer is no. I might take some -1s, they're okay, but what do I put them in, right? I'm not going to put -1s into a Plinks. I guess I would 20 consume Plinks, that's fine. I could Permafrost Immortal Trade at best if I'm really being ambitious, but it's not a very strong side. Meanwhile, getting a Self-Infused Shark right out of the gate with all these steel shops coming up is pretty solid. So I'll take it. Alright, Shark. Let's go, bud. Shark. And where is he? Shark into Shark. Okay. Purge Stone. Spell Chain is... not great. Purge Stone, I could Purge Stone a Foregone Power here. I have to be a bit aggressive. because behold the might of Monster Train. Is foregone power worse than Plink? The thing is, having 5 foregone powers is really bad. Whereas Plinks are obviously terrible cards. Like, they're not good, but they're good 20 consumed targets. I could maybe burn them, they're okay. They also do something with Molluscmage, which is relevant right now. Having 5 foregone powers is wrong. You draw too many, they discard each other. I'm going to cut a foregone power. Yeah. And then we don't spell chain right here. We look in the caverns. Sure, I'll build a card. Sap? Well, sure. Sap damage, very strong. Sap damage space. Sap damage card draw. I have the space prism right now if I need space that badly. Behold the power. The mighty sap damage card draw. Incredible. I'm going to toss the spell chain on that. Good lord. Yeah, wow. Okay, that's a great card. You toss the spell chain on this, and then if I had been wise, I might have a -1, right? Hilarious. But I would toss a -2 in that now too, right? That's incredible. That's a real good card. If I had gone to the Magic side, behold, I would be able to put a -1 in it, and that'd be pretty strong right now. But the truth is that I didn't go that way. And I might not see a Magic shot for a while, but I might also see a -2 or something. I don't know. 75 shards into Talos is pretty scary. This is one of the things I don't like about, what is it called? 200 shard runs. Right, because I feel reasonably confident we get slapped around a bit here. But at 100 shards, I feel like I'm way more in control of this run. We're playing them on separate floors, again, in case it weren't clear. I can pop one on bottom and then take the incant up top. Okay, you're gonna punch my lad. I'll just shoot this man with Crystallis here, which is cool. I will plink upstairs. It's a bad upgrade, dude. I think I should hold off on an activating Soul Guard, maybe? I'm going to foregone power downstairs. I think I'll hold off on activating Soul Guard until such point that I'm confident. She hits for 15, by the way, which is a lot. Good grief, that is a lot. We are going to place Molluscmage up top, and I do think I want to just super plink her to activate this. Yes. We'll turn that on. I think we want to just keep plinking at her here. I guess I can't plink middle, right? I mean, I could pop the middle guy and save 5, but I don't want to incant him. I'm going to double plink upstairs. I think it will be okay, and then we'll Mind Collapse for an extra 10. It's a lot of damage. It basically guarantees Molluscmage perishes, which is sad, but I think it was necessary to do so. I mean, we get the kill, so hey, what am I complaining about? I probably want to do this big plink middle floor, not top. Yeah, we'll middle floor. Ah, nice. We actually kill the front one. That's incredible. I will old magic the heck out of... What's her name? Talos. I almost called her Seraph, and I was like, that's not right. Don't call her that. Yeah, cool. Okay, goodbye, Molluscmage friend. That's fine. You'll go middle, which is big Frostbite here, which I think is valuable. I will play Train Steward plus other Molluscmage here. I think we'll just put down another Train Steward. It's fine. We'll load him up. That seems okay to me. And we'll play at bottom floor. It's at least a relevant hit. I have the Immortal Trade, which will seal the deal for this relentless combat. But, you know. Okay, cool. So here's the deal. I'm going to old magic the boss here. Right? We just slam her. I'm going to Crystallis downstairs to work that guy up, and then we work on this Ice Storm upstairs, which is good. I'm reasonably confident that Soul Guard 1v1's here. We Ice Storm, of course. I think I can actually kill with this Plink and save Molluscmage, which is great. And then Frostbite middle. Yeah, I'm pretty confident Solguard gets this. Oh, you mean you don't get this? What? Is this for real? How much damage do I take? Good grief, the 200 shards early game. I'm just looking at this like, I've got a 51 by 51. In what world does this not kill Talos? No, you're absolutely right. Talos hits for 15 here. So she has 30 frostbite. I don't think I'm dead. I think I get 2 rounds and she just beats 30 HP out of me is what it looks like. She has 8 lifesteal. This is something I regularly underestimate here. At this many shards, she beats the actual hell out of something. It's what, 357 minus 279, which is 78. That's 2 rounds, right? With 30 frostbite. You assume that she's going to drop to like 25 frostbite, which means we're taking 45s or so. That's still enough to get through this. So she punches 30 life out of my pyre. Unreal. I mean, I'm not going to reset to try to fix it. It is what we have. Yeah. Oh my god, she got 4 hits because she still had lifesteal. Wow. Well, that makes this run considerably scarier. Good grief. I'm going to take the Ice Empire. Wow, what a... Now we're looking real bad. Guard of the Unnamed Icy Silophyte and Crucible Warden? Oh no. I have to go to the Stygian banner and hope for an incanter? In what? So here's... I guess I take the Guard because it's a decent incant infusion. What do I do if I don't see an incant unit here? Like, what... This is a terrible line. What am I going to do? Play Crucible Warden? He's such a bad unit. I can't feed him. It's not going to be good. Wow, okay. Icy Silophyte, again, the problem is I have no scaling for her whatsoever. So I got maybe the problem is I got too excited about old magic damage. There was a buff old magic, right? I could potentially have done armor buff. I could have done armor buff and then draw, and that would have been pretty good with the spell chain. And then dupe that pretty constantly, and we could get a sweeper to a relevant level. So is that where I'm losing in this run because I made this choice? It's tough because when you look at that old magic, you're not guaranteed to see the panels I saw, right? It could have been armor and then ascend, descend. And then that would have just been thrown away because it would have been terrible. I took the sap because I was thinking, okay, offensively, this is pretty good. That's a tough call. In hindsight, obviously I know what that old magic was, so maybe going for the buff was relevant. Maybe I should have considered the fact that I'd only see sweepers and no anything else. Theoretically, this is still winnable with Immortal Trade on Solguard punching, as long as he's connecting with mini-bosses, and if I can get obnoxious amounts of frostbite. The problem is mini-bosses are still a struggle, especially at 200 shards. At 100 shards, I think I can muscle through this. That line, I think, works. But at 200, what in the actual hell are you doing? I have to go left. Full stop. I have to. I need the steel shop. I need to look for an endless. I need to hope for an incant unit. But this is gambly. Is there a unit I take here that is a good backup? Crucible Warden is defensively good, but otherwise abysmal. You could theoretically put him in Molluscmages. Am I gonna have am I gonna have like yelled at Molluscmage at the beginning of this run and then have him bail me out of this? I could do Crucible Warden infused into Molluscmage. Good lord, is that really what I'm considering here? No, and if I'm going to consider that, it's going to be the Guardian of the Unnamed anyway, because it's more versatile, and it would just solve the problem of Morsel Mage, wow, Molluscmage dying, because he gets some HP and the Incant Armor too. Still survivability. Not as defensible as Damage Shield, but I want the Incant in case I see Sirens. So we take the Guard here. It's weird, but we do it. And I think it's card draw because my deck is so cheap already, and I have the Space Prism. So, yeah, we card draw it up. That gives us some life back. We go left and we pray, basically. We hard pray. Quick, plus 25. Hard pray. Siren of the Sea. Baby, we take it. Okay, good job. Well done. Monster Train, the video game. What's in this temple? Hey, a -2. You know, I was saying I would take it, right? Still no plus 30. Good lord. Come on. I'm going to -2 the old magic here, which is a lot, but it makes it free multiple times. Titan Channel 2, baby. What am I going to do? Play Dire Channel? Absolutely not. Plus 25 goes into the Titan Sentry here. He needs to last longer, for sure. We're not going quick, right? I could get away with quick multi because of the infusions I'm choosing here. It's not bad. If I buy the quick, how much money do I have left over? 160? That's a little tough for me. A little tough. The quick is not that good, right? It's not that good. I can Immortal trade Soul Guard in front. The only time this is struggle bus is on the early waves where I might not have Soul Guard activated, right? I need to refine my incants quite a bit. But those early waves, I'm not as afraid because I have Titan Sentry. Okay, we're going to re-roll this. I need to be able to afford an Endless if they show it to me. Two of the things we could see here are great. Endless or Multi-Strike. We take both of them. You know what? Incant Armor 2 Multi-Strike. Never going to say no to that. Do I hold... I mean, Incant Armor 5 is fine. This is slow offensive scaling, though. I could dupe on ring... Ooh. It's tough. I could dupe and self-infuse the Siren. Or I could put Molluscmage in the Siren. I mean... We're definitely taking this multi-strike. Just go ahead and click that real quick. Ooh, this side of the path saved me a lot here. If I take the Incant Armor 2 here, it means that's enough scaling survivability with her innate HP scaling that I don't need the guard anymore. I could remove the guard and then put a Molluscmage in, and then it weaponizes a lot of my spells in a pretty interesting way. People tell me to try this more. And you know, this is not something I experiment with much at 100 shards, because at 100 shards, I'm aiming to win. I want to win every run, and I'm not going to take risks. At 200 shards, I don't really care as much about this win streak. I'm happy to experiment a little bit more. I have a lot less experience in it. So I think in that case, maybe a Molluscmage infusion with the Incant Armor 2 is better. And that loads out my Siren. Now... What if I have to go to the steel shop anyway for an Endless, right? I want to see an Endless for Shark. It's important. Him getting that is a big gain for my run. Now, what if I hold out? Because I could see another multi-strike here, right? Or I could see Quick. Quick's not bad. Because I can get my Incant Armor 2 from the infusion if I need to. I have that already. Molluscmage is going to be hard to keep alive on this run unless I infuse it in. That infusion is okay. It doesn't really scale me offensively for Relentless. But Soul Guard can maybe 1v1 that, I think. Okay, so then what do? Then I hold out for the moment until I see this steel shop. I don't do the infusion until ring 6. That gets me my 100 shards. I need to somehow reach 200 shards on this run, so I think, what, we're duping a whole bunch? So what you're telling me is I don't use the Incant Armor 2 here. I leave Shark in, because what we could see is we could see Multi-Strike on this next shop, right? If I see Multi-Strike on the next shop, I go, alright, sure, why not? I have a throat hit on the Siren. I use the Shark Infusion in that case. That gives me my survivability, and we hit enough times, we hit like a bit of a truck. Okay, seems good. Offensively, we're a little slow, but we hit more times. It will balance out to some extent. Fine. Now, alternatively, they could show me Quick which I might still consider. Killing an enemy before they attack is good. Problem is, she scales offensively very slow. I don't think that's going to be very relevant very quickly. I'm basically building her up for a relentless strategy. Obviously, Endless is what I want to hit. They show me another Incant Armor 2. I could go Incant Armor 2 and they could tank a bit. We could rely on Molluscmage then. I think hard committing right now is a great recipe for disaster. I think we maybe get hard sent to the Shadow Realm by Pyrelight Master here. So I'm going to hold off. And this is maybe odd, but I think we're going to do that. I need incants is the thing. And I don't mind these Train Stewards. I'll leave a couple in. But the truth is that they get in the way of my run, right? I'm going to drop 2 here. They're easy to play, but I really don't want to draw them. And I will take a -2 into the old magic here. Stay at 90 shards, I believe, is going to be necessary. This is a very powerful spell. If I can dupe this, this is a 20 shard card, but this thing is 0 cost, Shadow Realm a boss, or a unit. Having multiple of them is powerful. Very powerful. I think we move on at this point. I could buy a removal, but I want to have money for the steel shop, so we move on and hope for the best. Mark of Invasion I can get away with. That's a really good one for me. This is low impact. Cool. We Shark middle as before. We Soul Guard up top with the Siren. Well, I'm looking at this bottom guy. He scares me, but I can't get 3 Embers, so I'm going to Crystallis up top, Mind Collapse up top, and then Incant. Because again, remember, Soul Guard takes more Incants now. We're guaranteed to see the Collector here, which is nice. How many hits do I need to actually kill this guy? I mean, well, let's see what the Plink hits first. Yo, Plink. Big value. I think putting Molluscmage up top is wise. We'll do it. I'll get the Ember back on middle. We still get hit enough times to kill the Collector at least. We'll send some units downstairs. It's fine. Incant upstairs. Nice. Honestly, I'll take the money. That's nice. I will take the Space Prism up top. I do also get the Ice Storm, but I have the second Molluscmage now, so we'll drop that in. Powerful. We just play some incants up here. Mid-floor, honestly, kills the Quill Marksman. He's doing a great job. He's doing it. Thank you, Shark, very much for your contributions. I completely Shadow Realm this guy upstairs here. We Ice Storm him now. That's pretty good. We incant up. Who do I want to shoot now? I could just blast the guy in the middle, but I'd like the Shark to get the extra Frostbite here. I'm going to blast Front Fellow here. We Plink once upstairs. I do need the incant. And this Mind Collapse does nothing here. Yeah, okay, fine. Shark, I think, kills mid-floor too. Oh, man, he's so good. Quill Marksman, my bud. We love it so much. I will Plink. Does he die? He does. Ripperino, my dude. That's okay. We just Plink the absolute hell out of this floor, I think. I need to incant. I could save him? No. No. Oh, that's such a dumb idea. It's Thoughtbinder. I just gave up. Ugh, I don't want to talk about it. Yeah, look at our scaling. It's real slow. That's a tragedy. Woof. We shoot a man upstairs. And then we Mind Collapse once downstairs to kill a backline dude. We Ice Empire him upstairs now. I can play this Train Steward, it's the same thing, right? Thoughtbinder gets 1 slay either way, which is acceptable. I will not Immortal trade here. I think we get out of this, right? Yeah, just incant. The backline is slow, but acceptable. It's Mutilation, Ice Storm, Mind Collapse. We double Plink, and then we Foregone Power. We're doing at least 100 damage. It's enough, right? Yeah, we clobber, especially with the spells added in. I get the old magic as well, which is just disrespectful. A disrespectful amount of power in that spell right now. Honestly, thanks, Molluscmages. We get the money, which is great. We get through this no damage. I'm going to click Ancient's Energy. Good grief. Yes. Absolutely. Ember Cache? It's not Diligent. Grovel? Prism Retrieval? Well, you could Prism Retrieval out some stuff. It's not necessarily wrong. It's a pretty low impact card to draw and play. I think I may be okay with that. Ember Cache is a really good in-camp, by the way. I should maybe consider that for that. Yeah, actually, Ember Cache is real solid here. It adds a lot to the run. That's a good turn. I would love a Divine Artifact here. Frostbite 4. This could be Sycophants of Seraph. That potentially does a ton of work. Divine Concussive Coals. That's funny. No, we'll take the Divine Rules of Containment, actually. This is potentially very strong into some very scary upcoming combats. I have to go to the right. As much as I'd love to duplicate that sap spell, this card needs to get duped at some point in my run, this old magic, but I need to see steel shops right now, and this is a very good one. Plus, the health is just nice. Okay, another multi-strike. Alright, so in that case, I'm very confident we are just dropping double multi and then putting the Guardian of the Unnamed in this for survivability. I think that's going to be correct. I think so. Our spells will be fine. Man, this Ice Storm is depressing without Molluscmage, though. Oh, no. What am I thinking? Let's look at this Horde real quick. What do we get? Tethys' Scales is very nice. Also, Guild Marker, pretty valuable right now. But Tethys' Scales with this much spell power is really strong. Is it actually Molluscmage? Is it Molluscmage? The problem with Molluscmage here is it's not enough survivability. Our Sirens get destroyed. They don't incant HP enough. Right? That's the big problem. I guess I have the sap here I could lean into, maybe. They get +2. It's not enough to win. Like, it's too slow without some kind of power up here. Double multi's obviously very good. But what if I just use spells and Molluscmage and lean a little harder in on that? It might be that. It might be that. Ah, man, they give me the extra multi-strike here. This is really strong. If I go Molluscmage, my wave clears are probably... pretty good. I would imagine the Molluscmage adds a lot of power, especially with two of them on the floor. And I haven't seen anything good for this Ice Storm that does have a holdover. With the Molluscmage in play, it might actually become relevant, especially if I just whiff on +30s or something, right? This is a big bait, I think. The double multi, I think, is a great way to lose this run. I think the play, especially with the Ancient synergy and seeing how that previous combat went, I think it is infuse Molluscmage, use the Incant Armor 2 that they've shown me here, skip the multi-strike shockingly, and reroll for Endless. Yeah, I think so. And we dump Guard of the Unnamed here. We just remove him from the run. I believe is the call. Yeah, actually, we're going to commit to it. Okay, Incant Armor 2. Multi-strike. Good lord. Goodbye, multi-strike. It's fine. I'm going to re-roll this. Endless. Endless Shark. Alright, we're on the money. We're doing it. I'm cutting Armor Shark now. Excellent. And I'm cutting... Here's the thing. Let me think about shards for a minute. We're getting 50 from this upcoming one. I can take everything. I have plinks. I have a whole bunch of crap. It's fine. So I get 50 here. And the infusion is Molluscmage. Cool. That's 155. And then I guess the dupe on ring 8 has to be my Siren, or else my floor sucks. So that's 15 for 155, 15, 170. And then I can take everything on this temple. Or I can take the Horde here for 185 and then just take the 15 there. That will be fine, I believe. Okay, so in that case, I actually do not get an opportunity to duplicate this old magic. So I want to clean up this deck's redraws the most. I think we'll drop to a third foregone power, which I think is correct here, because 3 is a good number. And the plinks are still good targets for 20 consumes. Yes. I could buy a removal. I don't need a steel shop anymore going forward. We've hit what we need. We got the multi-strike, we got the incant armor 2, and we got the endless. So I can go to this good trinket shop, so save your money. We move on. 105 shards on ring 5. Oh, well, Self-Made Harpy just melts now because I have my shark. And then this multi-strike is also not scary. And also, by the way, I have Divine Rules of Containment, which is, as it turns out, pretty disgustingly good. So that's great news. I do think I want to play Ember Cache upstairs. Link, Ice Storm, Incant. Pretty decent turn 1. We get the good shark on middle at least, which is nice. It kills the front dudes, which I like. I actually do not mind more hits coming in here. I do benefit from... I actually lose the Collector if I... Crystallis middle. It's a little unfortunate, I think. We will... I'll put down a Train Steward, sure, friend. It doesn't do much here. We'll Incant again. I'd like to turn on Soul Guard here, I think. It's pretty much the only way I think I clock that thing. I mean, we get the kill with Ice Empire, actually, which is incredible news. Good. I can blast mid-floor here. Bottom floor looking fine. The Frostbite's doing good work. I think I should just blast this guy, right? Just Shadow Realm him, which is pretty good, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's cool. I do need to Incant, so we'll keep it going. Ta-da. We'll Frostbite middle now. That's fine. Nothing actually changes on that floor because he doesn't attack, which is very funny. Space Prism, Molluscmage. Ice Storm is super activated. I get the Plink upstairs now. I save the 2 HP. This is the not upgraded tank, so I can just throw this on bottom floor and get rid of it. Sure. Sadly, Shark is going to die exactly on the right turn, which is good. We Incant the hell out of this floor. We Plink it. You know what? Great news. We can Rubble Morsel downstairs. I will just keep popping, I think. We kill a man, even so, which is great news. And I have to play the Shark, and that's really it. So honestly, this is probably a great opportunity for Immortal Trade, yeah? Yeah, we take that. All I have to do is play the Shark, and he comes downstairs and just friggin' melts that thing. And then we can Ice Storm up top. Ping the front guy for money. I mean, this is shocking because the armor is just so powerful, right? I guess I get to shoot her, too. Oh, she almost dies. Wait, what? Oh my god, you toss 3 sap on there, and she takes 456 damage from just the shark. Whoa, buddy. Oh, I forget how much friggin' frostbite that is. Sure, Harpy. My friend, Harpy. I think you lose on middle floor. I'm pretty sure I can kill you on middle floor, my friend. Yeah, you are actually super gone. Well, we also had an incant floor. And then Harpy is just taking 400 damage from Frostbite. And I get the actual rules of containment. You know what? Sure. This is good for a lot of things. Frenzied Swarm is a nice card here. Yeah, Frenzied Swarm is... not for the Shark floor, for the Siren floor. It preserves some of my... yeah, it preserves some of my... what is it called? Armor, which I think is valuable. Now, obviously, not a great synergy with Foregone Power, but I don't need to think about this from the perspective of Endless. Like, I'm not on a holdover. I'm not thinking of holding over this card, necessarily. Guardian's Amulet's not terrible, actually. Yeah, I don't think I need to hold it over, but I think I do want to have like 1 or 2 turns where maybe I can benefit from this, so I'll grab it. Umbra Stone, Engine Upgrade. Engine upgrade's not great here. Umberstone's fine. It's hard to say no to this. I'm not going to be doing a lot of my damage with these units. You saw how slow that scaling was, right? It's not going to be good. It's not pretty. I think there will be potential for it to have some value, obviously. I could put it on Soul Guard, too. He can punch something and then bleed his damage over. It's not terrible. I should grab it. It's a good card to have. It's a good card. Now, I don't need this steel shop, so let's go to the trinket shop with my 340 gold. I get some removals, which are sick. Let's look at this trinkets. Teeth of Gold, Precious Plating, Improved Firebox. Hilarious. Jackstrip's Icicle Fracture. Well, Icicle Fracture is probably terrible with all the discards. I would clog my floor. And then, of course, Frenzied Swarm just counteracts it. I guess I take Jackstrips. We have Jackstrips and Rules of Containment. Hilarious. What are my removals here? Well, first things first. Temple. Behold the power of Molluscmage infusion. It's happening, I guess. Sure, friend. Let's go. Another -2. I will take this, by the way. I said I need to take everything. I will. That's going into Ancient Synergy for sure. Still no +30s. I get a Purge, though. Plink's actually kind of okay with the Molluscmage line, but I don't want that many, right? They're still not great. I guess I'll cut a Plink here. Make my deck a little cheaper. I don't mind 3 Foregone Powers. My only consideration here is 3 Foregone Powers and the Frenzied Swarm is a little much. I can still remove cards here. We don't. This is like, I have to take everything here. But at the same time, I still have 2 removals right now, so we'll still have that. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna re-roll this shop. Improved Firebox is not it for this particular run. Teeth of Gold is hilarious. Precious Plating, no thank you. Well, those are pretty bad. Hammer Chest Plates is the only decent one. Shadowbox never activates. Trader's Quill is not for this run. I could just cut cards or save my money. Well, what am I saving my money for? The magic shop that I'm going to, I believe, because I'm not going to the steel shop anymore. Maybe. We can really refine our deck. I don't actually mind these train stewards at this point because they get played out. They're essentially consumers. Now, that said, they're consumers that are completely worthless and slow down my incant on Soul Guard, so they're pretty bad. But having 2 when they're 0 cost, it's not that terrible. I think it's cut a Plink. Make sure that's the right Plink. It is. And then I'm going to cut a Foregone Power here. Just improve this a little bit. I like 2 of them because they're free. Should I just buy a removal here? Probably. Yeah, I think I will. Buy a removal, kill a Plink. Well, let's save our money. I want to see what the density feels like on Fel here, and this is not going to be a make or break for us. So let's go ahead. 155, we're fine. Save my cash. I don't want any of those relics. None of them were particularly outstanding. Okay, we get a lot of random damage here, which is very funny to me. I do think we just kick Plinks upstairs, right? I need to get the incants going, right? Sure, we'll do it. Like, they take a lot of damage just by, like, going up and down floors, which is very funny to me. Shark on bottom floor, because I'd like him to kill, and then also... Yeah, I'd like him to kill, but also get refreshed whenever Fel does stuff. We're going to just incant a whole bunch here. And we play the train steward downstairs, because where else am I going to put him? Okay, top floor is going to be clear. I have the... What's it called? The Ice Storm on lock. I guess I get this Plink, actually. Double morsels. We'll take the Entumbra morsel here. Shark lives by some miracle. And mid-floor, I mean, I'm not going to play the Ancient Synergy into it, right? Because Spell Shield, so I guess we just incant. It's odd, but sure. We'll do it. A little strange, but fine. Okay, I mean, I'm going to blast the front dude here. Right? Ice Storm. Yeah, we of course just Crystallis this guy. That's fine. I burn the Plink. I play the Train Steward out. We're gonna Ice Storm up top. I think I do just double Old Magic the boss here. You may as well. That's solid. And I think I will Umbra Stone in the back for the moment. She's reaching the point where she's going to do enough damage to overtake Soul Guard, so... I don't know how relevant it will be, actually, so... It might be relevant. We'll Space Prism up top. I'm for sure playing the Molluscmage here. Shark can go back mid-bottom, I think. I mean, of course, Ice Storm, blast him. We just keep blasting him, I think. I'm not going to play Frenzied Swarm. I want to incant here. Yeah, it's fine. My biggest spells were on that turn, unfortunately, which means this next wave might be a problem. But we do have a lot of damage, right? Yeah, we're actually okay. I kill the man in the back outright with the Old Magic, which is really good. I do like that. We blast in the front. Alright, yeah, we are fine. I Old Magic the boss again, which I think is wise. We may as well shoot a dude on middle with 5 Ember. Okay. We'll incant, continue keeping it going. Okay, she's up top. What are we doing? We are sending it. That's really good Old Magic, yeah? Really good Old Magic. Huh. I could sap her potentially to nothing, and then kill my own shark here? You know... This is Spell Shield Fell? That's gonna be stronger, right? Yeah, okay. I will shoot my own shark and then not replay him. Shockingly. We'll just keep playing spells here. Keep incanting. Keep incanting. We plink. I Immortal Trade up front. It will be good. And then we Foregone Power. We do 300 to her here. And then Shark perishes. Now check it. My goal here now is not replaying Shark. I drop the whole Ice Storm here, I believe. I mean, I guess I just Ice Storm instead. This is a really good card to just hold over. Although, I guess I don't need it. We just Ice Blast that guy, and then we incant, and we let Shark go. This is an odd choice, I would describe it as, but I think it's fine for a choice. We Ancient Synergy. I don't want that Ice Storm. This 7 sap is going to do huge work here. It's enough, right? Yeah, especially with the hit again. Because look, she's doing 27 by 2 normally. This is a lot of damage incoming. Obviously, Immortal Trade does huge work here too. We had good draws in this particular moment, which is nice. But we can drop her to essentially irrelevance here. And then even drop her a turn entirely. Yeah, she doesn't actually get through Soul Guard right now. Our Relentless is not powerful. It looks a little better once we have 2 of these Molluscmage Sirens, though. Furnace Tap. Furnace Tap is a fine Frozen card, but I don't think it's for this run, right? It's hard to skip Multi-Strike, but it's also a very bad incant. I don't get Ember in a very effective way. Yeah, I don't think so. Wretch is a free incant. It's not bad, but I don't have good morsel generation, and in fact, bringing them back might be a bad thing on average. So, yeah, in that particular case, I think we skip this. I'd rather just redraw these cards I already have, actually, truly. Shocking. Now, I don't need space, because I have the Space Prism. Now, I might not be able to draw it in time. That's potentially a problem. And it's potentially a problem. Well, I could take space and then slot in the other Molluscmage. That's a little... I don't know, I don't love that. I'd rather draw more, because my run... Most of my cards are cheap or free. And I'm going to the Magic Shop on 8 anyway, so I can make, like, Ancient Synergy cost 0, Ice Empire can cost 0, maybe I finally get an upgrade for Ice Storm that doesn't suck. Those are fine, and old magic is already free, so really, what am I complaining about? That's true. That's true. You know what's funny as well? I might seriously consider duplicating the old magic instead of the siren. I think we take draw. Honestly, I'm just being real with you. I think we take draw and just hope to hit the intrinsic or something, because this provides so much value no matter what. And in the worst case, I can always dupe this old magic instead of the siren. And with enough sap, we beat Relentless anyway, and I can use this to disable mini bosses. So that's cool. I am going to this magic shop as well, so we'll see what we see. Obviously, we could see like an overflow here, and it changes everything. Or we could see a Light's Gift, which is disgusting. Yeah, of course I'm going to click Light's Gift here. Save my Soul Guard's HP. That's really strong. Wow. Cool. I feel good about that. -1's huge value, by the way. Just in general, I want things to be cheap. Now, I definitely want -1 on this Ice Empire. The other considerations, though, is consider what this final temple might have. If it's 10 in piercing plus 30, I want the plus 30 on Ice Storm and the 10 in piercing on Ice Empire. Ooh, no, the 10 piercing goes in Ancient Synergy. Okay. In that case, I do a -1 plus 10 on this Ice Empire. Yes. Yeah, Ancient Synergy for sure gets the 10 in piercing if we see the doubles. Yeah, okay, fine. Ice Empire, just make it relevant. If it's free, it's good. 140 is a fine number. Double stack, I'm not playing this, no. In fact, I don't need the Frenzied Swarm anymore, actually. I don't need the Frenzied Swarm. In fact, I'm going to burn this last Plink with this 20 consume. Very strong. I'll take this other -1 here into Umbra Stone, maybe? Huh. I mean, yeah, okay. Fine. And then I 60 gold to remove Frenzied Swarm because I have Light's Gift now. Am I going to hold over Frenzied Swarm to daze the Divinity? No, because I have the sap to do this, and cutting cards provides more value overall for this. So yeah, I will make Umbra Stone more playable, and I'm going to remove Frenzied Swarm, because I no longer need it for random survivability turns. Our deck is getting aggressively powerful here, which I really like. Purge a card, gain a card is also really strong. Wow. I think I can actually purge a Train Steward here. I don't mind 2 foregone powers with... I got rid of the Frenzied Swarm, so really, what do I mind? I don't. My redraws are aggressive. Look at my redraws here. Ancient Sin. 1, 2, 3. Those all go away. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 cards, okay? All of them are hyper powerful spells, to the tune that I might actually cut a Mind Collapse here. Although if I'm going to cut a Mind Collapse, the foregone power is just objectively better to get rid of. Okay, I mean, I guess I'll go to 1 foregone power. Go to 11 cards on the redraw. Okay, sure. 1 foregone power is nice. I will look at a Stygian rare because I think I might click Siren Song or something if they showed it to me. I mean, that's a Siren Song. Brother, I think I'm clicking Siren Song? Let me think for a minute, because this could also backfire, right? It could backfire, but I will have Frostbite on the waves. A lot of it, too. Let me adjust in my chair, because truly, this is an interesting choice. Siren Song can be very bad to play as well, right? If there's a big heavy on my floor that I can't answer. But I'm going to be able to hold over very strong spells. Honestly, this is a really good card. That's a really good card. And that also helps... How do I handle a mini-boss with this, right? You blast them with the sap, and then... The problem is you don't get Soul Guard punching. I actually think maybe I skip this. Take the 10 gold. Just take the free removal. Draw a big spell instead. Yeah, okay. That's correct. We're looking for a refined deck that does exactly what I needed to do, aka spell weakness, blast them with spells. And yeah, Titan Channel, let's go. 210, we're fine. Alright, we move on. Save my money for this possible Trinket Shop of Destiny. We've already removed a whole bunch. Our deck is clean, we're playing double draw. This looks good, and we're guaranteed to hit 200. Now, is Heaven Seal too much aggro? Patient. This is Penitent, which is going to sap me down. I could put Shark on bottom. This is a really bad choice for me to do. I have some strong spells, though. I think we get through this, actually. You put Shark on bottom when we see him. He does great work. I can even plink down there, which is nice. We get the Molluscmage friend. I do get the Space Prism up here. I guess, I have to play the Ice Empire up here, too. We plink. Hey, you know what? Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. I potentially give up Collector here, which is concerning. I need to incant very fast, or we're having a very bad day. Right, incant, Ice Storm middle floor. I mean, I guess it gets the Collector, it's fine. I'm concerned about this man upstairs. I need to draw a big spell. Well, there are some big spells I can see. Let's not play the Immortal Trade here. Or if I'm going to put it on something that's not going to benefit from it, we'll incant. I'll take the incant. I need to see a big spell. Big spell, please. Alright, yeah, we see a big spell. Good. Looks scary. Until you Ancient Synergy this man. And then until you Ice Storm this man. And he perishes. Incredible. I even get the plink on this floor for another morsel. I should have maybe considered that in a different order. And no, I needed his 10 magic power. Yeah, I did. This is a really good Crystallis on middle because it completely punctures this guy's armor, which is potentially otherwise a concern. Yeah, it's strong. Cool. I obviously still have not turned on Soul Guard, which is not great. We'll put it that way, not great. That's a very strong punch. I'm going to Ancient Synergy here for sure. Yes. Yeah. I think we double shoot this guy, almost certainly. Which kills him. Now, that means I drop Ice Storm, potentially. My 9-card draw gets me Crystallis and Ice Empire here. Crystallis. Ice Empire clocks front guy. Crystallis clocks mid guy. I'd like to do it in the other order if I could. You Crystallis to clock middle. But if I can... No, if I do the other order, I guarantee Soul Guard pops this guy. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to Mutilation here. And then I'm going to just double Mind Collapse for the incants. We get through him. Okay. We play Shark back to bottom, of course. I do get the Excavated Ember, Excavated Ember, Excavated Ember here, which gets me the Ice Empire I mentioned. I Crystallis to kill front dude here. I Ice Empire to blast next dude here. I Plink here. I could Plink middle, but I don't want to mess up the spell weakness on it, so we Plink there. That's fine. I'll take the morsel here. I'll Immortal Trade the morsel for the incant. We play both Mutilations and Foregone Power, and we have turned on Soul Guard, and I think we're good, actually, right? The raw... Get away. Stop talking. Stop talking. Okay, yeah. We Ancient Synergy first. Then we Ice Empire, which just Shadow Realms that dude. And we keep the spells going, I think, right? I want to keep my spells active so we don't play the Immortal Trade yet. Nice. I can make big progress on front dude here. Yeah, so we Crystallis, and then we... I think here you Mind Collapse to kill him for 29, which lets me put the entirety of the Ice Storm into this guy, which is a lot of damage, and then we just absolute blast him, I think. Cool. I Immortal Trade at long last, and I toss some Frostbite on this guy in the bottom. And I think we're guaranteed to win now, right? Because as long as I just don't do anything too stupid here, I think we're guaranteed to see it. We take the incants. Of course, the incants we can get away with. I don't think I play the shark, although I may as well, possibly. I am going to old magic this dude, by the way. That is correct. The sap is a good pickup, and it's good to draw that card again. I mean, it's got to be correct to Ancient Synergy him for 120 damage, right? That's got to be correct. Yeah, fine. How am I feeling about the Frostbite? Shark is good. He adds a lot. Yeah, of course. He adds so much damage there, it's worth it. Cool, I think we get through this, right? Yeah, we're fine. Especially with these draws. Good goal. Good grief. Those are some good card draws. Friends. 9 line lifesteal turns out is pretty decent. Guy hits like a truck, but we have, you know, plus 50% HP Soul Guard, so we are fine. Cool, so I took that Heaven Seal, no problem. Drain. You see what I'm contemplating here. We can go all in on sap here, and we should be fine, right? Drain is pretty good, considering I only have the 1 foregone power. Yeah, I'm going to click Drain here. That's a good card. And Void Binding, Crucible Extension, or Feast. I'm going to skip these. You could take Void Binding, but I think you're getting into this weird situation where you can't really sustain the Ember Drain properly. My cards aren't going to be free, necessarily. You could make Ice Storm free, and then also Ancient Synergy free, and then just only play Ember Drain cards, which is kind of funny, but I want to save these spots for possible plus 30s and stuff. I don't want to plan around it. Crucible Extension is not going to be good. We just skip that. I don't want that. We go to the dupe, of course. Boons. I am going to look at the trinket shop first. Pyrestone housing. You know, we wish. We wish. It's fine. Permafrost is interesting. Let's see what the temple has now. Tenon Piercing. I mean, Tenon Piercing, I think, belongs in... I mean, I think I have to put something in this Ice Storm, right? I think it's just genuinely necessary. And Piercing is fine, sure. Yeah, okay, fine. That's funny. I have a -2 here as well. Yeah, I'll put the Tenon Piercing in Ice Storm. I was kind of hoping to see a plus 30 at long last, but apparently not. Middle, let's see. Firestone Housing, Mindjacks, Commemorative Spike. No, we reroll that. Cuddlebeard is disgustingly good. Hard click. I might seriously take Boon of the Blacksmith as well. It's a pretty good relic here for the Frostbite and anything that walks up on me. Right, that's an extra 15. Now, I do want to make some cards cheaper. I could plus 10 the Ice Storm and then not give it Piercing. The only thing is that the Piercing is really strong on an Ancient Synergy because this is going to puncture front lines, right? It's a much more consistent hit here. So I actually think you plus 10 the Ice Storm, as weird as it is, because that'll put it at plus 30, which, you know, is 31. That's pretty decent. It's a good spell every turn. It's not amazing, but it's good. Yeah, we'll do this, as weird as it is. I'm going to back out. We do the Tenon Piercing into this Ancient Synergy. This thing is devastatingly good. Ridiculous spell. I need to dupe something, and I also need to take something. I could dupe the old magic and get to exactly 200, which is interesting. It's an interesting decision to make. I could infuse a Train Steward into the last Molluscmage just to give it some HP. Maybe it lives a little bit longer, and then I could dupe the old magic and have 2 of those on the redraw, which is kind of nonsense good. Could potentially remove even more cards. Let's do magic shop stuff first. I'm for sure -1 on Drain here. Yes. Permafrost, we're discarding enough stuff. I don't see the value in Permafrost here. Also, I redraw fast enough. Let's reroll it. Double stack. Double stack Drain is pretty good too. In fact. This other -1, I could just make Umbra Stone free, I suppose. I'll -1 plus 10. I'll plus 10 at least the Mind Collapse. That's good. We'll take a random upgrade into that. I should -1 something. I guess I could have actually, with the way this deck is looking, I could have totally gotten away with... I could have totally gotten away with the Void Binding, which is very silly. I probably should have clicked that then. I think it's a mistake in that case. It's tough. I don't know. My deck was pretty cheap. I could have gotten away with it. Yeah, I should have grabbed that Void Binding, huh? That's okay. It's fine. I forgive myself. -1 is actually pretty low value when you think about it. What is the dupe here? This is a really good question. If I double stack the drain to get 6 sap, that's a lot of sap. That's 12 sap on a redraw, and I draw fast. If I dupe this old magic, we draw even faster because it has +1 card draw, and it's more sap, and it's just good spells. I actually, the more I look at this, the more I lean towards duplicating the old magic and only having 1 Siren. Although, that said, more Siren is pretty good. I think this wins, though, right? As long as we connect enough strong spells with the mini-bosses, right? It's going to be relevant, actually. It's tough because for Relentless, we can just sap it out. I'm not worried about that. With enough sap commitment, we easily get there, I believe. The bigger challenge on this particular run is actually... how do I kill mini-bosses, right? If I don't... let's say I miss spell weakness on them. Because I think when you get spell weakness on them, I can just hit them with that Ancient Synergy and do half their HP and it'll be good. But the Siren does add a formidable amount of damage to a floor. It's like 200 or something by the end there. So for second mini-boss, it's like 200. For first mini-boss, it's like 100. That's actually a respectable amount of damage. And more importantly, it's a +10. Molluscmage to the floor. It also effectively uses the Space Prism here. Right? It effectively puts it to good use, which I do appreciate. Shark is going to hold down the first couple waves pretty comfortably, I believe. Man, second Siren does seem really strong here, doesn't it? I think if I didn't have this drain, I might dupe the old magic, but I actually do think it is the second Siren of the Sea here. This speeds up my Relentless, I think. Yeah, it's going to be Siren. Okay, we do duplicate Siren. Yes, okay. This is a marginal improvement. I think we win either way. Just let me audibly describe that. I think we win either way. The -2 is pretty low impact. I think the infusion is actually better because it removes a card, which is weird. I will do Molluscmage. We'll pump up Molluscmage a bit here. It seems good. This is a good removal. It's fine. I think it's better than the -2 in this particular moment. And I will go over to the side. I'm double stacking the drain. Almost. Yeah, for sure I am. Yeah. Let's do it. We double stack drain, of course. I'm willing to pay 1 Ember for this, and simply because of the existence of this card, I'm happy I didn't take the Void Binding. Changed my mind. Cool. -1 now. I'm just going to make Umbra Stone free. Although, let me check these removals. I can remove something and then maybe get the Merchant of Trinkets. I could remove and get Boon of the Blacksmith, which might actually be the right choice. More damage for a mini-boss. It's a removal angle, I think, here. The last Foregone Power. This Foregone Power is actually pretty good, by the way. He's 4 Frostbite 8. That's respectable. I could cut a Mind Collapse. I don't need this many, actually. That's a really good cut. Yeah, we're going to cut Mind Collapse here. And then I'm going to Boon of the Blacksmith or buy another removal. I do get the -1 if I buy the removal, but that's not very important. I mean, it's not important. I get to play a card once, but all of these consume. I guess I could put in a Mind Collapse for +3, but that's stupid. What would I remove? We're really down to the wire on this one. I could remove a Train Steward. That's fine. The thing is that it already consumes, so I don't care that much. It's probably just the Foregone Power. Get to the point where you're just drawing only, what, like, Ancient Synergy, Drain, Crystallis? Yeah, actually, I think it is. We just cut. We're at a point where our deck is so slim that cutting cards is huge value. and I think it's just good to do. 220 out of 100, I think we're fine. We have aggressively cut this deck to almost nothing, and we are strong into Seraph for sure. We're going to go ahead, yeah. I think we're in good shape. This Cuddlebeard is a pretty disgusting hit for us. Just give me turn 1. Okay. I mean, this is kind of an unfortunate draw, right? Because we don't get to play the Siren right away, but that's all right. Plink. Didn't work. Shoot. Well, I will incant instead, I believe. Oddly enough. We'll shoot that guy, why not? Fine, we don't play the Molluscmage friend. We're looking for that intrinsic. Okay, pretty decent setup. We want Train Sewer downstairs. How's middle floor looking? I'm not worried about mid floor. We're going to play Shark Bottom then. Cool. I for sure am Ice Storming upstairs. It's good. Incant, it's good. I will play Ember Cache. I do want to Ancient Synergy middle here because it just sandblasts this dude, which is very strong. And then we Ice Empire the boss. We just shoot out 190 there. It's pretty decent. We're going to get sapped down pretty hard, but I'm not that concerned by it. In fact, it's not the biggest threat to my run right now. I actually just plink this, right? Yeah, we take the plinks here because we get the morsels out of it, which is good. I will Ice Storm. I'm going to double Old Magic the boss here in this particular moment. And then I am going to drain him, so he's at 12 sap already. That already puts him through to Relentless, which is good. I guess he's just going to keep coming upstairs because of the way that Shark just keeps dying. I should have played the Siren first. That's a mistake. It's okay. We will just now incant a whole bunch. I believe it is Ice Storm first. Then I'm going to sacrifice Molluscmage downstairs. He actually might represent some value here. We'll blast the front, and I will drain the boss. Good, in fact. Great. 17 sap. Bottom floor Shark actually lives, shockingly. Okay, goodbye bottom floor Molluscmage as well. You tried very hard. We're going to Old Magic the boss. Yeah, I mean, we're at the state where I'm actually super stacking sap. We're very fine. We are extremely fine. I blast this man, of course. I wish to enable Soul Guard. It's important. This Ancient Synergy is very valuable on bottom floor. So is the Ice Storm. Wow. Well, Molluscmage lives incredibly. I guess I plink bottom floor? I mean, he may as well, right? Wild. Look at this Molluscmage. He lives. He's doing it. Play Shark again. Good job. Top floor. Shadow Realm that man. We are just cruising. We blast this here. We send everything. I mean, we're in real good shape right now. Mine Collapse bottom floor, I suppose? Yeah, you might as well. I don't need the Immortal trade yet, so we just sap more. 27 sap, and we do a casual like 400 to him there. And now we just need to incant up top, and I think we'll get it, right? Our incant is bad, is the way I will describe this. We are not doing a great job at... what's the word? We're not doing a great job at incanting for damage. It's quite bad, in fact. But we are getting there, right? I'll drain again. Yeah. My guy's at 37 sap. I'm not worried about it. Bottom floor finally perishes. I do think it is just still Titan Sentry down below because even though we sap the boss out, Titan Sentry will die. So that's fine. This is a ridiculously good Ancient Synergy. Wow. And then we just absolutely sandblast this dude with Ice Empire, and we Ice Storm here. We're for sure Old Magic into the boss here. Just keep loading it up. I will blast the man in back floor on middle. It's good, and so I can drain down below. 49 sap, I mean, he dies. For sure he dies. Now, if I play Shark middle, it's just 5 rounds here. Because 16 into 70 is... Okay, it's actually not 5. It's like math. A little less than that. Maybe 4. It's fine. I don't think it's anything to worry about. Ancient Synergy punctures and blasts upstairs. It's good. We just blow this man up now. That's also pretty good, it turns out. Ice Empire. I do think we old magic the boss no matter what. Incredible. Ice Storm for Incant. Why not? It is the... I don't actually think the Immortal Trade matters. I can get away with this Titan Sentry, right? Are you serious here? Shark kills the boss because of the frostbite. Oh my gosh. Guys, look at this. He doesn't actually kill him because he dies to frostbite, and then this guy just dies to frostbite after 50 turns. Incredible. Truly, I couldn't have asked for a better floor. Titan Sentry 1v1 Seraph. Shark 1v1 Seraph. I love it. That is for sure the title of this episode. I don't know what I expected. I didn't run the math, but that was incredible. By the way, first turn Space Prism, very good. Soul Guard. Molluscmage Friend. Incant. Play Train Steward so I can play the Immortal Trade into serious consideration for playing it in the back, actually. She lives, but I don't want her to die. Honestly, yeah, I want her to take that Immortal Trade turn 1. Okay, we hit the old magic, so we're fine. But that could have ended very poorly for me. Now, Shark on middle is good. We will load it up, I believe. The sap is going to do huge work here. Incredible. I just blast this thing. I do think holding over the Ice Storm is probably more useful. What am I drawing into? Yeah, I think holding over the Ice Storm for a better turn next turn is better than loading up the bottom floor. Here, yeah. Sure. Mid-floor should very easily clear itself, essentially. Shark dies, it's fine. Shark is also free, so I just kind of don't care. I will kill this floor, almost certainly. We'll drop in the Train Steward buddy. He somehow lives, shockingly. I will Ice Storm first, because I really actually... Yeah, this is fine. We'll Crystallis here. I could have drained there. I might have... I should have maybe considered it. Maybe. Maybe. I think we're okay on middle. Shark does a lot of work. We get the old magic, so I'm not really that concerned, actually. Yeah, it's fine. Ancient Synergy, Sandblast this floor as well. That's pretty good. We're stabilized. We have 100% stabilized this floor. We didn't get the magic. We didn't get the hit in the back. 710 HP is the target here. So I should work on bottom floor probably, right? I think we should blast bottom floor potentially. Although I want to turn Soul Guard on. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Shark perishes. So does Molluscmage Friend. It's fine. We cleared all those floors. I do need to get some Frostbite into mid, for sure. It's something. It is something. We have a whole bunch of goodies here, so we just blast the front guy with Ice Empire for sure. I think Ice Storm is better. Yeah, that's actually a really good hit. Blink is solid here. Okay, so man is turned on at this point. I'd like to play this Drain now. How scary is Chains here? The answer is very scary, I believe. I think I actually want to take this Weight of Contrition. Chains is actually extremely scary. I'll take the Weight of Contrition on this turn. Okay, that's a lot of Frostbite. I'm happy about that. Okay, we get a really good Ice Empire. I was hopeful we would draw something here. Important. Ice Storm, excellent. Wow, incredible. We actually killed the floor. I do think it's time for Ember Cache here. I Can get Ember back on middle and then plink upstairs for another incant, which is something. Good. Okay. So the sap, we haven't been able to load up as much sap as I would like on this boss yet. Okay, we got Slate. Shark goes middle. He does huge work. Ancient Synergy is incredible. I do need to get rid of this Weight of Contrition, good lord. Crystallis is big. I think Plink is pretty big here too. I need to be burning these spells. Ice Storm is what? How is Ice Storm feeling to me? Shark does a lot of work here. That's a lot of Frostbite we're getting in. We're already at the point where I'm kind of glad that we're getting that 50 from the back Siren here, right? I think I accept this Vengeful Shard as well, because I'm not pushing through this spell shield here. Ice Storm is also not going to do anything on this floor, really. I think burning the Plink is actually better. And then I guess I take the extra Ember on middle. Oh no, he actually dies to the sweep. Sorry. Sorry, bud. Sorry, champ. It's fine. Okay. Okay, how am I looking? How am I feeling? Give me some good draws here. We incant. Okay. Crystallis blows up the front guy. Worth it. Alright, I'm for sure old magic on the boss here. We're killing the wave. It's good. Alright, we finally get him down to nothing. I get Ice Storm back, shockingly, which helps a little bit. I can blast the guy on middle here, which is pretty decent. And then, do I consider the Immortal trade here? Not yet. It's going to be Drain on the boss for the moment. Yeah, we're fine with this. Yes. And, yeah, that's okay. Okay, that's a good floor. I do get the really nice Shark into bottom. Or... how tough. Okay, we're going to Ancient Synergy upstairs. For sure. Yes. Shark might go middle. We're gonna Ice Storm bottom. Okay, it didn't hit any of the important ones in enough ways. I was gonna say if we hit and killed at least one of these Absolvers, I might seriously consider it. I could potentially. We'll take the Excavated Ember. The other Excavated Ember. Okay, we get the Mind Collapse, which actually does pop one of them. Obviously, I'm not going to do that right away. Old Magic first for relentless purposes. We need to Ice Empire the boss. We actually kill him. Alright, click the cards, right? It's important that this guy dies. It's very important he dies, which means I can Old Magic in the back now. I will be able to play this Vengeful Shard. Now... I think it's Shark middle to clear this wave up a little bit. Not that it really matters all that much, but I think it's Shark middle, which clears most of this wave. I then think it's Mind Collapse one of the dudes downstairs, and we drain the boss, which is good. We get that incant, which is also good. And I think we're actually super fine now. I don't think we lose. Yeah, we win. In fact, we did it. Good job. Shark is going to die on middle, but he does an excellent work. He does excellent work overall. Let's see. We Crystallis, Ice Empire that guy into Oblivion. We stop all this damage. You toss in the Immortal trade, then we drain the boss a little bit more, and we are cruising. Yeah, good. Worked out. We took 4 damage on the combat, but otherwise I think we're in good shape. I think you could still have won that with the second Old Magic. I think this choice was superior. That's about the only thing I can really say here. A pretty tough run, admittedly, and that Ring 4 pickup was really pivotal, is the best way I can describe this. Seeing the Siren and then immediately getting the multi-strike gave me a lot more confidence into this run than I otherwise would have had. 59k, pretty confident, even though I took a little bit of damage on the Divinity. No problems. We'll go to the run summary. Cool. So, you know what? I should name this title. I should title this episode after Molluscmage. I should say something like, don't make fun of Molluscmage. It's too many words, like respect Molluscmage is probably what I'm going to call this, because truly... Molluscmage did excellent work here. I gave him so much crap, and he was about to be my bailout. We ended up seeing the Siren, and he still ended up being an important part of my run. So, I told you before, it's rare to see a run where it benefits this much from Molluscmage, but we actually had all the pieces, right? We had Plinks, which are good. They get rid of themselves, they're strong. We have a ton of excellent magic shop upgrades that we saw based on the order of shops that we went into. And this shark is also disgusting. This shark was incredible. This shark is just one of the best units in the game. It's not only good because the unit is good, it's good because it wants different upgrades than other really good units. I can go to a steel shop and say two of the three upgrades are good for me. Endless is incredible for me. Multi-strike is incredible for me. And that alone improves my win chances by so much because I improve my deck no matter what. I wish there were more units that benefited from the other upgrades, like Titan Sentry, right? Like this guy. If more units behaved a little like this in the game, I think you'd see the problem of people asking and being mad that they're not seeing multi-strike. That would go away because they would be also looking for things like Endless or whatever. So, yeah, I think that's that for sure. Yeah, agreed. So fair enough. I think that's as much as I'll say on that. The light skip was honestly a really good pickup, but we would have gotten through it either way, I think. We had the immortal trade specifically for this purpose, so it helped, but it wasn't that critical. Shark did excellent work. Old Magic was insane. This card is nutty. And then the drain kind of complemented that in a good way. We were much stronger into Seraph than Divinity, but I'm not really surprised by that. The draw order favored the Seraph pickups and plays, whereas the Divinity was a little trickier in the way we had to play things. Like I needed to hold over a spell that did damage just in case, whereas I couldn't play the drain on that turn, etc., etc. So there were some factors that played into it, but we did fine. I think we got it. So I mean, of course we got it. You can literally see we won. It brings us up to 7 on the series. Excellent news, and I'll let you go there. So hey, thanks a lot for watching this. I really appreciate your time. As always, you can give the video a like or a dislike if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.